इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं एंजेला एगलर, जो कि करियर मेंबर हैं सीनियर फॉरेन सर्विसेज की अमेरिका की, और इस वक्त शारजा डी अफेयर्स यूएस एम्बेसी के तौर पर काम कर रही हैं। इन्होंने इससे पहले पब्लिक अफेयर्स में भी काम किया है, पाकिस्तान में और अफगानिस्तान के रीजन में, और इससे पहले ये यूएस स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट के लिए काम करती रही हैं। काफ़ी इन्होंने अवार्ड्स भी यूएस स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट से हासिल किए हैं। और आज हम इनसे बात करेंगे कि पाकिस्तान और अमेरिका किस तरीके से ख़वातीन की एम्पावरमेंट के लिए और ख़वातीन के हुकूक के लिए इश्तराक कर रहे हैं और क्या क्या काम हो रहे हैं। हेलो एंजेला, हाउ आर यू?
Great, and thank you, Shifa and Ovais, for including me in your program this morning. I'm delighted to be here with you.
Pleasure is all ours, Angela. First of all, let's start with your idea of an empowered woman. What is your idea of an empowered woman?
That's such a great question, and one, again, that I think we all share. I think women around the world and many, many men ask this question of themselves. I feel as though I am a very empowered woman. I happen to be the chief of mission of the U.S. mission in Pakistan right now, which is a very huge job for us. And I'm very proud to do that. And I feel that I have been given the opportunity regardless of my gender. And I think that one of the things that is a difficult conversation is how you balance family and how you balance personal time with your professional goals. Not all women want to focus on careers and trying to get to sort of the top of whatever business sector they are in, or in public service like myself. But I have a daughter. I'm very proud of her. She's a journalist. She would love to be here with me today talking to the two of you. And so it is a balance, but it is a balance of identifying your priorities. For me, family will always be a priority, but also having those in our lives, including husbands, fathers, other family members, spouses who are willing to support you. And I think for women, it's important for us to define what our goals are, and to then work very hard to try to find that balance and to seek support from those around us who can provide that help when we need it. One of the things I think is great about Pakistan is you have a wonderful family structure that helps with, for example, childcare, that we don't have to the extent that you do here. And so there are challenges all over the world for women who seek to feel that they can define their goals, whatever they are, and then meet them. And that, I think, is true empowerment.
Okay, you're right about the family structure. It's very strong over here. And now coming on to the areas of work, what exactly is the USA doing in Pakistan? So let's start with the education initiatives.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, let's start with education because everything is driven from there. It is so critically important for us to make sure that girls at the various early opportunities are getting education. So we have worked for decades now through our public affairs section here at the mission and through the U.S. Agency for International Development. Education, and particularly for girls, has been one of our top priorities. We have and this is a collaborative process with the federal government, with provincial governments, and even down to district organizations. We have worked together to put 86,000 Pakistani students, female students, to offer them education where they would not have previously had that, and also identified literally thousands of areas for scholarships and exchange opportunities for young women and girls, for students and scholars. We have the Fulbright program, which always looks to ensure that we have at least 50% female representation in those that we are sending to the U.S. for this very prestigious program across all educational sectors to study in the United States, or on particular scholarships, or to do professional level programming as well. And so we have those programs. We have a very active study in the U.S. Program here, outreach to colleges, universities, high schools, to encourage Pakistani students to think about studying in the U.S. Because it's a different opportunity, and it's also an opportunity for those of us in the U.S. to get to know Pakistani students and represent them.
Right. Angela, we would also like to know what is it that US is doing for the well-being of women in the health sector?
Right. Well, thank you for asking me that. And health is an area where, and again, through our Agency for International Development, we have been working with Pakistan for decades. And that has been critically important because the expansion and development of the National Institute of Health here has been an ongoing project. And that has been particularly helpful as we have hit COVID. You all will know that that women have been affected far more dramatically and affected negatively by COVID than men have. They are the caregivers in the home, or they are the ones that, when job losses have occurred, it has been more likely to be women. This is also very much the case in the United States. And so having these health opportunities already in place and these partnerships, not just in Islamabad and the main cities, but in the underserved areas as well, to have clinics, to have ventilators that we have distributed $33 million just for COVID alone, but that on top of the ongoing for years collaboration in developing labs, in developing maternal health care and child care around the country are also critically important partnerships.
Okay, and now we all know that everything is connected to economic empowerment, business opportunities. What are you doing in this area?
Well, we've done a huge amount with women-led businesses. We also are very, very proud to be part of the U.S.-Pakistan Women's Council, which is an extraordinarily dynamic group of Pakistani business leaders who happen to be women and American business leaders who happen to be women, who have gotten together and developed this council focused entirely. And these are successful business leaders who are focusing on mentoring and training and allowing opportunities for young Pakistani women. And then with partnerships with American companies as well. And so this has been remarkably empowering. And again, like as I said at the very beginning, to have models of successful women for young girls and young women to say, I can have a very successful career. I can run my own business. I can run a construction company. I can run a major export company. And so there are literally, again, thousands of Pakistani girls through these mentorship programs and training programs have had the opportunity to work in very large, serious businesses and showing them that opportunities are everywhere and that there's no limit to what they can achieve.
Right. Right. Angela, finally, we would like to ask you that you have been in Pakistan twice. This is your second time. You have met so many Pakistani women. How do you see them? How do you look at their potential?
I am astounded. This is my second time serving in Pakistan. I was here from 2013 to 2015, and I find them remarkable. I think that many Pakistani women deal with challenges that perhaps we in the United States do not have to. But I have met the smartest, the most driven, the most remarkable women who also have such a great capacity for care and empathy in Pakistan. And I have seen so many young people who are getting ready to embark on remarkable educational opportunities and exchanges, and then seen them come back to Pakistan to bring their expertise and their enthusiasm to this country. And I find Pakistani women remarkable. I love all Pakistanis, always, I have to say, and I really enjoy living here and working with Pakistanis, but women here are incredible.
Thanks a lot, Angela. Thank you for joining us in the show. It was an honor for us.